Have you ever felt lost in your spiritual journey, unsure where to begin or how to deepen your path? Have you wondered whether faith alone is enough, or if something more foundational is needed? Welcome back to the channel, dear seekers. I'm truly honored that you've returned for another video filled with reflection, transformation, and ancient wisdom made practical for today's world. Today's topic is both profound and often misunderstood. We're going to explore what it really means to take refuge in the three jewels, and why true spiritual practice must begin with a return. In Buddhism, we often hear the phrase take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. These are called the three jewels as symbols not of escape, but of alignment, grounding, and direction. But what does it really mean to take refuge? It's not a ritual, it's not a label, it's not even a one-time decision. It is, at its heart, a deep returning from confusion to clarity, from fragmentation to wholeness, from otherness to inner silence. Let me take you on a journey through the essence of this return. There was once a businessman who had everything: wealth, respect, family. But late one night, while sitting alone in his luxurious home, he felt a strange emptiness. Wasn't depression, it wasn't anxiety, it was a deep sense that something was missing, something he couldn't name. He tried new hobbies, relationships, even traveled to sacred sites, but the feeling persisted. One day, by chance, he attended a Dharma talk. The monk spoke not about God, not about salvation, but about the mind. He said, with a mind untrained is like a drunken elephant, is strong, odd, and directionless. But when returned to its source, it becomes still, it becomes clear, it becomes a mirror. The businessman wept. Not because he understood everything, but because, for the first time, he felt home. That's the first truth of refuge. You return not to a place, but to a knowing. Now let's explore each of the three jewels not as concepts, but as living truths. First, the Buddha. Taking refuge in the Buddha means recognizing the potential for awakening within yourself. It does not mean worshiping a statue or relying on an external deity. This historical Buddha was not a god. You as a human who discovered the path to freedom. When you take refuge in the Buddha, you are saying, I believe that within me is the same light, the same seed of awakening. You are not following someone. You are remembering your own possibility. But this is not always easy. Many people believe they are broken. That awakening is only for saints or monks. But that's a lie the ego tells you to keep you small. Esther Hsiao once said that the Buddha is not outside you. He is the part of you that sees clearly, acts compassionately, and lives without attachment. Every time you choose presence over distraction, every time you respond with kindness instead of anger, every time you let go instead of clinging, you take refuge in the Buddha. Next, the Dharma. The Dharma is the path, the truth, the teachings that point you back to reality. To take refuge in the Dharma is to say, I choose to walk the path and not of comfort, but of truth, not of ignorance, but of wisdom. I choose to live with mindfulness, ethics, and compassion. But again, this is not just theory. The Dharma is not just words in a book. It is living law. It's the silence between your thoughts. It's the cause and effect you witness every day. It's the deep knowing that suffering ends not when life is perfect, but when clinging ends. One woman shared how, during a divorce, she returned to the Dharma. At first, she wanted revenge. You wanted to prove she was right. But then she remembered a teaching. Clinging is the root of suffering. She let go, not of justice, but of hate. And in that moment, she took true refuge. Finally, the Sangha. The Sangha is the community, but not just any community. It is a group of practitioners committed to walking the path together. To take refuge in the Sangha is to say, I will not walk alone. I will be seen, supported, and challenged in life. This is vital, because the ego loves isolation. It says, no one understands me. I'll figure it out myself. But awakening happens in relationship. We mirror each other. We heal through each other. One monk said, the Sangha holds the mirror when you cannot see your own face. Even a single Dharma friend, a companion who reminds you to return to the path, is worth more than $1,000. So when we say, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, we are not repeating a mantra. We are planting a flag in the soil of truth. You're saying, believe I can awaken. I believe there is a path. Believe I am not alone. But here's where it gets deeper. True refuge is not taken once. It is taken again and again, moment by moment. Each time you get distracted by desire and return to breath, you take refuge. Each time you feel anger rise and choose understanding, you take refuge. Each time you doubt your worth and remember your Buddha nature, you take refuge. Our refuge is not a place you go, it is a way you live. Let's also address this truth. Taking refuge doesn't mean life becomes easy. It means you stop running. It means you face suffering, not with fear, but with tools. You don't avoid the storm. You learn to anchor deeper. And eventually, the storm doesn't scare you anymore, because you know who you are, you know where you stand. So what does it look like in daily life? Here are some simple ways to live your refuge. Start each day with a moment of stillness, even just one breath. When you feel lost, silently repeat, I take refuge. Let the words bring you home. And at least one person with whom you can share the path. Study the Dharma not to collect knowledge, but to transform your view. Serve others. Kindness dissolves ego like sunlight melts frost. And above all, be gentle. The path is long, the mind is wild, but the heart remembers. Every time you return, the path meets you. You are never too far gone, ever too broken, ever too late. Aster Shalom once said, the single tear shed in sincerity is worth more than 1,000 days of empty practice. So even if your return is messy, even if it comes after failures, even if it's your first step in years, it counts. Let me end with a story. Young man addicted to drugs stumbled into a monastery. He had no money, applying, just pain. The monks gave him food, a place to sleep, and silence. For weeks, peace and nothing. And one morning, during chanting, he broke down sobbing. He later said, I don't know what happened. I just felt home. That's refuge. Not escape. Not performance. Just returning. So I ask you, what would it mean for you to take refuge not as an idea, but as a way of being? What would change if you stopped looking outward for safety and started looking inward for truth? This is your invitation. Return to the Buddha within. Return to the path of clarity. Return to the community of life. And watch how your life shifts not through force, but through grace. If this video has touched your heart or reminded you of who you truly are, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with your reflections, and share this with someone who needs a gentle return. Let's walk the path together, not toward perfection, but toward presence. Thank you for watching this video.